So I've been making a couple videos about this man as of recent time, but I mean, how can I not when almost every single thing that he has been doing is completely controversial? Like, let's not try to beat around the bush when it comes to Hasan. All right, I know I get a bit of pushback when it comes to some of my videos because there are a lot of Hasan dick riders out there who will just like pretty much defend anything that he says and try to make up excuses for anything that he says. But the man has been radical for a while now, pretty badly as well. And in recent times, just yesterday, a clip was making its ways around Twitter where Hasan actually threatened death upon a US senator.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
This is obviously a call for violence. Know which way that you want to look around it. And a lot of people were trying to make excuses for this. And there were also some people saying that this clip wasn't given enough context. The funny thing about this clip is that if you actually watch the full context of this whole entire situation, it actually makes it a lot worse than just the out of context clip, which is kind of funny because usually whenever you get context from a clip, like you just given a 10-second clip, it's just like, oh, what's the context for this? Maybe it's not that bad. Well, with this situation, it actually makes it a lot worse.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the... Richard Lynn Scott is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the fucking head of the, what was it, like the Senate committee or something? Like the Republican fundraising initiatives. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
And the reason why it makes it worse is because the man doubles down on it. It's not like he misspeaks and then he goes like, well, guys, actually, I don't literally mean like, you know, to kill this man. I kind of mean, you know, they should get rid of him within the Senate or deal with him in a certain different way. That doesn't actually go. No, he fucking doubles down on this situation. He just goes in on it. I mean, do we all remember that tweet that he put out? Like that makeshift weapon threatening violence upon someone another time? And the thing about all of this is that he has not been banned for any of this whatsoever, which to me is completely wild. As a matter of fact, not only has he not been banned, but also LSF is like censoring this as well, calling it clickbait when it's clearly not, because the man is calling for violence upon an actual US senator. Asmongold himself, he actually put his 2 cents on this. He made a whole entire video about it. And he actually talks about how he thinks that Hasan not getting any repercussions for this isn't great because it's going to look bad on Twitch. As a matter of fact, going forward, this could lead for some bad repercussions for Twitch itself.
I'm just, I'm kind of shocked that this is happening. And I also want to say that this rise in extremism and this rise in extremist rhetoric will eventually be very, very damaging for Twitch. Because eventually somebody will say something, will this be the time? It probably won't be the time. But eventually somebody will say something and it's going to get mainstream attention to a degree that it's going to damage Twitch on a massive level. Because this type of language and rhetoric is extremely distasteful. And I think that average people see this and they find it abhorrent. And the fact is that if you keep saying stuff like this and you keep doing this, you will eventually, in my opinion, like if I was Amazon and I found out this was happening, I would fire everybody at leadership at Twitch. I would. Because the fact is that the people who are leadership at Twitch have allowed this to happen. And they've allowed it to happen for a long time. It's not like this is just the first time it's happened. There's a pattern of behavior here. And I think that Twitch really needs to look at reining this kind of stuff in. Like, I've said things that were out of pocket before. One of them I said I did get reined in for. And so I don't think anybody should get permabanned for any of this in a lot of cases, but there need to be suspensions for openly calling for violence. It's really just not acceptable at all. Like, I can't see it in any other way.
And then after Asman gave his 2 cents about this as well and didn't come out defending Hasan, which, I mean, like, you can't defend Hasan over this. This is not a great situation to look at no matter which way you look at it, is that Hasan then comes out. Just a couple hours ago, I saw this clip of where Hasan first says to Asman and XQC, because XQC also reacted to this, telling them both to suck his dick. And then he plays the entire victim and tries to reverse all of this, saying that, oh, but this guy did this, so it's fine that I called for violence.
The new meta is trying to get you banned for being mean to Rick Scott. I wasn't even like being directly mean to Rick Scott. What I was saying was, like, if the Republican Party truly cared about like monitoring medical bankruptcy, they would literally apply the capital punishment. Like, if they did, they don't. And I mean, he is a world-class Medicare fraud guy. So you can cry about it all day, every day. You can cry about it, try to get me banned for it. Maybe I will get banned for it. Who knows? But it's not going to change the dynamic or the reality. Not going to change what's going on. Same people cried about free speech in the UK. Yeah. I can't believe her being mean to billionaire Voldemort Rick Scott, who is responsible for the deaths of thousands and also did the largest. Him and X were crying about it. Yeah, they can suck my entire dick from the back. That's what I think. Okay. Asman said directly that Israel sucks, which is good to hear from him. Oh man, great. Yeah. Dude. Rick Scott oversaw the largest Medicare fraud in the nation's history. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, defend that, Asmongold. But yeah, also saying that Israel sucks is the lowest of bars, dude. What are we talking about?
So when it comes to this whole entire situation, all right, is that I have said this as well, is that, and I know this for a fact because I live here in Australia. We have Medicare, we have public healthcare, and it is great. And I'm grateful that I live in a country where it's not, where, you know, our Medicare is not corrupt like it is in America, and they have big pharma and all these private health companies. 100%. There's no doubt about it that man, Rick Scott, has 100% done some fraudulent things. Oh, he probably has. I'm not here to come out and defend this man, Rick Scott. I'm sure that he has committed Medicare fraud, without a doubt. But you can't call for violence against the US, against anyone. Calling for violence in any way is never the right thing to do. It never leads to anything going in the right way. And the funny thing is that Hasan and all of his viewers, they're fine with this. They're the exact same people. It's like the people who defend Luigi Mangione. It's the exact same shit with him. Is that, like, yes, what Luigi said when it came to the corruption in the private health of America is completely true. Yes, we all know, people outside of the US even know, that your healthcare system is corrupt and it is fraudulent. But violence is never the answer for anything. Because if you go ahead like Luigi did, where he assassinated the CEO of a private healthcare, you want to know what happened after that? They just replaced the man. That's it. It doesn't actually fix anything. You don't fix anything by calling for violence on someone. And the most insane part about all of this is that no action has been taken against Hasan whatsoever. None. Like, we could say, like I mentioned Asmongold in this video, and he gave his 2 cents about this situation, and he even mentioned it on his stream as well, is that when Asman called for violence, we all know about what happened a few months ago, and we all know that he got banned for it. And even myself, who's a massive fan of Asmongold, even I was just like, yeah, fair enough. He got banned for what he said. Understandable. Completely understandable. But for the fact that Asman gets banned for something like that, which we all understand is like, yep, That's absolutely fine. Even Asmund came out and said, yep, I called for violence. I don't think that's the right thing to do. And then we have Hasan, who calls for violence on a US senator. No actions are taken. None. None whatsoever. And this isn't the first time that Hasan has done this. Like I said, when it came to that, that makeshift weapon situation on Twitter, no actions have ever been taken against Hasan. This man calls for violence all the time, promotes terrorism, and nothing ever happens to him. It's fucking wild and it's stupid, and it's why I keep making videos about this man, because he keeps getting away with stuff like this. And it shouldn't happen, because I have seen people get banned on Twitch for so much less. So much less. You can get banned on Twitch for saying faggot. But oh no, you call for violence on a US senator? No, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry. You won't be suspended for that. Because you all know why? Because everyone at Twitch, everyone in the hierarchy of Twitch that are up in big positions, they all agree with this call for violence that Hasan is promoting. We all know it. And that's why he keeps getting away with it. And it's ridiculous. And I think if Twitch keeps going in this direction, something terrible is going to happen to that platform. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. That will be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.